Dogs by yourself? We're about to expose a breeder who thinks so. Some people call it a puppy mill. As Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes found out, the owners don't want you to see it.
We just wanted to see where this little guy was born.
I wouldn't do that. That's a big mistake. You can't run over. You can't run over. We're on public easement right now. You can't run over a camera. This is a county road right here.
Bonnie and Herman Schindler are trying to keep us away from their puppy breeding ground. This former employee calls it a puppy mill.
If you didn't walk out of there and have a tear in your eye, you're not a human.
A federal inspection documents what the former worker told us. You won't hear a hint about it at the St. Peter's pet store where the puppies are sold.
I didn't want a puppy. I did not want a puppy.
Kelly Marcelino said a sign for puppies caught her teenage daughter's eye. Soon after visiting the Puppy Expo near Mid-Rivers Mall, they walked out with Jeffrey.
He's not the warm, fuzzy, cuddly dog we thought we were getting. He got me good.
She says Jeffrey's so aggressive, she spent more than $1,000 in behavioral training.
Does that make his temperament what it is today because he wasn't coddled and loved as a baby?
She got the feeling he was cuddled and loved when she visited Puppy Expo. She said Bonnie Schindler gave personal service.
And grandmotherly, you know, talking about her baby and kissed him goodbye. And yeah, you wouldn't think that they would be puppy millers.
After further research, she now knows about this USDA investigation. A veterinarian and medical officer inspector documented 14 pages that are very hard to read. Dogs with matted hair, covered in fecal material, sometimes up to 75% of their bodies. Inspectors noted deep mud and water with a strong fecal odor. Page after page of citations, many repeat offenses. We went to Mexico, Missouri to see if we could see it for ourselves. This is as far as we can go. The signs say stop, disease-free control area, and no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted. We want to know what it looks like to have 10 employees caring for 1,000 dogs. That's what USDA inspectors reported finding on their last visit. That would mean each employee cares for 100 dogs every day. As we were filming from County Road 841, Herman and Bonnie Schindler drove up. It's not the conversation we expected to have with an elderly couple.
Oh, we're with Fox 2 in St. Louis. Can we come in and take a look? It's not, don't, I wouldn't do that. That's a big mistake. You can't run over. We're on public easement right now. You can't run over a camera. This is a county road right here.
A former employee explains why they didn't want us to see inside the animal warehouses.
Dogs stacked on top of dogs. The smell alone would make you sick.
Bottom line, the former worker told us they did not have enough help.
I knew if I didn't get out of there, that there was going to be problems. And I mean, I'm not talking just law problems. I was going to probably whoop somebody.
Every week, new puppies are stacked inside this van and driven 2 hours into St. Peter's. We watched as the Schindlers and another worker backed up to the Puppy Expo and unloaded. You can see the cages through the front window. This worker unloaded the pups by the armful. He carried them inside for display. We counted more than 30 puppies unloaded, 2 at a time, sometimes 3 at a time. Around front, a sign on the door warns no cameras. The Schindlers called police when they saw us on the street.
These anemic laws allow places like the kinds of facilities that we're talking about to flourish.
The Humane Society's Barbara Schmitz is working on getting a November ballot initiative that would limit breeders to 50 dogs.
We will be creating the crime of puppy mill cruelty.
It would also give inspectors more power to act. The Schindlers inspection noted these were even repeat offenses, yet they remain in business with no apparent penalty.
It's almost up to the individual breeder to decide how good or poor care they're going to take of those breeding dogs.
It's a side of puppy sales Marcelino never saw until researching her own experience. Now she's decided the next pet she gets will come from a rescue. Customers tell us Puppy Expo gives out this flyer, which essentially claims there's no such thing as a puppy mill. Marcelina looks back and she wonders if maybe this was a warning sign.
You know what, Chris, you gave me a copy of that flyer. I read it. The flyer alone would make some people pretty angry.
There's a line in there that says if you use the term puppy mill, it's like using a racial slur. It's interesting reading.
Yeah, that's amazing. Much more on Fox 2 News. You can look at the whole flyer. Tell us what you think. It's at fox2now.com. Just click on the Fox Files link and look for the pet store story. And still ahead on the News Edge, drivers on one side